Okay, so we did not finish this yesterday, but I wanted to take a couple minutes here because I just graded everybody's paper, and some of you did not get this right. So when you're looking to see if there are scaled copies, just pick two line segments that are corresponding and compare it to um, the other copy. So look at this one here. This line segment D and C has a length of 2, and this one has a length of 1. Now, in this original, we go from 2 to 6, so it's going to be times 3. So does 1 times 3 equal 4? No, I mean, that's just not going to work. So that's not a scaled copy. Let's take a look at this page here. And I just wanted to show you guys a couple different ways to look at an image and decide if it's a scaled copy or not. So let me pull some sticks here and ask some questions. When you look at these two pictures of the bird, Mr. Keith, what could you compare to see if they're scaled copies? Do you have any idea for something like this?
How long it's from the tail to the beak on both ones?
Okay, so how long? Speak up. I didn't quite hear you.
How long it's from the tail to the beak?
Okay, nicely done. That's actually something I thought about. So he said, if you didn't hear it, from the tail. So we'll just go from the tip of the tail to the beak, and how long that is. And so you could just draw a line between those two and measure it. And then you would do the same thing here from the tip of the tail and again to the tip of the beak. The upper beak is the one I'm looking at. Okay. And then you would measure those two and you'd get a number. Don't know what the number is. I'm not going to take the time to actually measure them. But now you need a second measurement to compare. Mr. Keith put up 50 points. So let me see here. Mr. Schlickman, what other measurement could we look at?
You could measure from the tail again to the top of the wing.
Yeah, nice. That's another one I thought about too. So here we go. He said from the tail again to the top of the wing. Here's the top of the wing, and here's the tail. And you would just draw a line there. I was off a little bit, but you get the right idea. And so again, from the tail to the top, and you would compare. Now, of course, this one's relatively easy because it's obvious that this copy did not grow that much horizontally. It's not that much bigger this way, but it was stretched out this way. So if we actually measured these two, they would not be corresponding between these points. So what I ask you guys to stop there. So here we are, page 37.
Question.
And yeah, go ahead.
So instead of just those two, there could be another one.
Oh, there could be several that we could use.
Yeah.
We could use this tip, this wing tip here to the tail, this wing tip to the tail. You could use the feet to the wing tip here, the feet down here to the wing tip. Yeah, there's lots of choices. Okay. All right, anyways, going back to page 37 here, let's take a look at this. Now, again, this is the lesson summary. There isn't any questions on this, but they're giving you some good examples you can refer back to. It says all the distances in the copy can be found by multiplying the corresponding distances in the original figure by the same scale factor. And here it says all the angles in the copy have the same measure. So if this one's 42, even if the scaled copy is 4, 5, 6 times as large, it's going to be 42 degrees. And so this top one to the right is 60 and 60 and 78 and 78. All right. So they give you some good examples there. Let's look at this lesson practice number 4. So this is the first some of the problems you're going to be doing here. And what are we doing on time? So it says select all the statements that must be true for any scaled copy Q of polygon P. It's kind of worded oddly, I thought. So this is polygon P. So a scaled copy, they're saying it would be Q. Now they don't show us Q, but there are some things that we can determine about it. So for example, and I'll do a couple of these with you here, it says the side lengths are all whole numbers. So, wow, do they give us any of the side lengths in this figure? Yeah, no. So we don't even know if this figure is all whole numbers. But just even if it was, that wouldn't mean the scaled copy would be whole numbers. So A doesn't work. So you can cross that one out. How about B here? It says the angle measures are all whole numbers. Well, so raise your hand if you're not sure what a whole number is. It just occurred to me that some of you might not remember what that is. So, okay, one hand at least.
No, I know what it is. I'm just
okay, so a whole number, it's not a fraction, it's not a decimal. And so if I look at all these angles, they're all whole numbers. And so whatever the scaled copy is, these angles would remain unchanged. So let me pull a stick here really quick. Miss Meek, what angle is this right here? Where my finger is?
It's a right angle or also...
Yeah, it's a right angle. So how many degrees would that be? Do you remember?
90 degrees.
90 degrees. Put up 20 points. Nice. Okay. All right. All right. So I want you guys to answer the rest of those. So B you would circle. Let's look at number 2. Yeah, you guys can do 2. Moving over to page 39. Figure 2. This is figure 2. It's a scaled copy of figure 1. Okay. And then A, it says identify the points in figure 2. This is figure 2 that correspond to the points A and C in figure 1. So what point, pull a stick here, Miss Johnson, what point corresponds to A in figure 1 and this in figure 2? You see it?
Yeah.
Kind of hard. I mean, it's not. Can you want to come up and show me really quick?
Maybe.
You can just point to it on the screen, or actually come over here and then YouTube could see your hand, whatever you want to do. Oh, here she comes.
It'd be that one.
Yeah, that's obvious. It's right there. Okay. So we would call that, you could call that A prime. That little symbol means prime. Okay. And so I think you guys can answer the rest of those.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. Let's look at number 4 here on page 40. It's to make one batch of lavender paint. The ratio of cups to pink paint to cups of blue paint is 6:5. So when I get problems like this, it helps me to write it down. Ratio of pink paint. So pink is 6, and blue is 5. And then it says find 2 or more ratios of cups of pink paint to cups of blue paint that are equivalent to this ratio. Now, I'm not going to answer that one for you. I'm going to let you guys figure that out, but I am going to give you some examples of ratios. And I think for those of you that are kind of forgetting what they are, this will probably help. Here's a ratio. Let me pull a stick here. Miss Carol, tell me something you like to do. Anything, just something you enjoy doing. Volleyball. Okay, so we have,
Score.
let's see here, girls and boys. And so it's a co-ed team. So let's say there's 10 girls for every 5 boys. So another equivalent ratio I could just double it. How about 20
To 10.
girls to 10? I could triple it. I could say 30 to what? 15. All right. So those are equivalent ratios. Let me pull another stick here. Shh. Mr. Atwood, tell me something you enjoy doing. Anything. Just think of something.
Playing outside.
Playing outside. That is playing outside. What do you play outside? Tell me that.
I usually go down to the creek.
Go down to the creek.
Yeah, there's a creek.
And what's in the creek?
Water.
Water. What else is in the creek?
Mud.
What?
What? Mud.
Oh, mud. All right. So water.
Water to mud.
Water to mud. Of course, mud is dirt with water in it, but we'll ignore that for the moment. So let's say the ratio of water is in gallons. So 5 gallons to 2 gallons of mud. And so if I needed another ratio, Mr. Atwood, give me one. What would another one be? Equivalent ratio. What's that?
10 gallons of
Yep.
water and 4 gallons of mud.
4 gallons of mud. Okay, so I think you guys get that. So you're going to do the same thing with number 4 there. Now, before I end this video, it's going to end on its own here in about 3 or 4 minutes. I am going to give you one sheet. It's a cool down, and this will be your Friday work, so I'll collect this on Monday. And it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You've done a few problems like this right now. It says corresponding polygons. It says here's 2 polygons on a grid. You can see them there on the grid. I'll zoom back in for you. And it says is PQRST, that's this one, PQRST. It says, is it a scaled copy of ABCDE? And then explain your reasoning. You better explain your reasoning. Now, when I graded your workbook just a little while ago, some of you did a very poor job of explaining your reasoning. You need to do that. Questions on this? Nope. Okay. So work on your workbook first. Get done all the way up to page 40. And then if you have time, you can work on the Friday work.